So, first and foremost, happy anniversary, 59th anniversary to GH. Um, that's a long time. That's one hell of an accomplishment to be on TV for 59 years. Like, that's pretty huge. That's no small feat. You got primetime shows that don't even last the season. So, for this show to last 59 years, huge. Over 5 decades, that's amazing. Congratulations to them. Um, so getting into this episode, Mr. Brendan, Mr. Brendan Byrne has lost his rabbit ass mind. His brother died 2 years ago. This man pops up 2 years later and demands that Alexis pay up. He wanted money for Neil's funeral. Sir, he died 2 years ago. The funeral was 2 years ago. Why are you popping up now talking about some funds? Talking about funerals are expensive. I was so happy that Alexis told him, there's the door. Absolutely. Who the hell do you think you are? Popping up in somebody's office trying to, first off, he tried to come up in there trying to play nice, talking about, oh, I apologize for my behavior, for lashing out at you, but, I done fell on hard times. And I'm glad Alexis wasn't buying none of it, because she wasn't. She did not buy one thing that man was saying. And as soon as she wasn't buying it, his whole facade dropped. And we saw the real Brendan, the a-hole. Yeah, just come up in there talking about, oh, you were partially responsible for what happened. She had nothing to do with that man's death. He cannot put that off on her. And I was so happy that Alexis was not taking none of his bull. I was loving it. Because she should not blame herself for Neil's death. She had not a damn thing to do with that. She didn't know anything about what was going on with him as far as narcotics and we all now know like he wasn't into drugs or nothing like that. Clearly he was murdered, but you can't put that off on Alexis. She had nothing to do with that. You know what I mean? Like to bust up in her office now, you demanded money 2 years later. You better get on somewhere before you get checked. Get on. So Harmony pops up or whatever, and soon as Brendan heard her name or whatever, he recognized her name. But he couldn't remember from where. I don't know, but Brendan better watch his back because Miss Harmony look like she ready to kill somebody else. Because when Alexis turned the lights off to her office and she forgot something in her office, I think she said she forgot her phone or something, and she went back in there, the look on Harmony's face, if looks could kill, Alexis probably would be dead by now. Because Homegirl looked like she was unhinged. Like she was losing her marbles. So Brendan was going through Neil's files or whatever when he came across Harmony's name. So that's where he recognized her name because of Neil's files. I'm wondering if he's back in town to try to put the pieces together about what happened to his brother. Because I don't think it was just about money for funeral costs is the reason why he came back. I think he's looking into Neil's death. And Harmony better be shaking in her boots because that's the last thing she needs is for somebody to be looking into his death because it will lead right back to her. That's what she shouldn't want. You know what I mean? That's the last thing you want. But I can't wait to see Alexis's reaction when she finds out that Harmony was the one who offed her man in her bed. Because before we found out that man died of a drug overdose, I thought it was I thought it was Alexis's punani that killed him. Because I was about to say, I had a feeling it was killer, but damn, I ain't know it was killer for real, like literally. Good Lord. Thank God that wasn't the case. Because, another man wouldn't sleep with Alexis if he found that out. I'm just saying. So anyway, moving on from that. It's always good to see Brick. So basically, Sonny was pretty much offering Brick a higher position within the organization. Because he has to replace Jason at this point. Sonny cannot run the business by himself. Which is totally true because Sonny needs an enforcer. Sonny can make all the threats he wants, but you need somebody to back up your threats. You know what I'm saying? Sonny could definitely back it up himself, but he can't do everything alone. You know what I'm saying? You need somebody watching your back. And with Jason gone, it's hard for Sonny to, handle that kind of business all by his lonesome. Like, you need a second in command. So Brick, he was happy to, take the position or whatever. He was like, listen, whatever you need, I got you. The first order of business though is he needs to get evidence on Esme. That's what Sonny needs him to do. Get some proof on that girl. So they can get rid of her. What Brick said to Sonny was so true. When it comes to love, Sonny cannot be by himself, which is so true. Sonny has to be in a relationship with somebody. Like, he gotta be knocking boots with somebody. He's not a loner kind of guy. You know what I'm saying? Like, Sonny gets bored when he's by himself. Like, he don't know what to do with himself. He has to have a new woman. And Brick was pretty much asking him. He was like, I hope this new lady is worth all of this. And I said, she not. Sonny, just blew his life all the way up because of this chick, and she's not worth none of it. She ain't worth 2 dead flies smashed. Let's just put it like that. But more power to him. He want to be with that thing. Go ahead and be with her. So anyway, speaking of her, she was getting on my nerves again today. Every time she don't get what she want, she gets upset because people are not telling her what she wants to hear. So, of course, when Harmony came in there to tell her that Willow and Michael wasn't, down for her having visitation right now, of course, she got upset and started throwing, shade at Willow, talking about, oh, Willow is afraid, she weak, she afraid to stand up to Michael and Carly. Again, this has nothing to do with Carly. I don't know why she always bring Carly up in conversation. Carly, this is what I be talking about, and I laugh every time somebody pops up in my comments talking about Carly's the one obsessed with her. What show are you watching? Because if you were watching the same show, you would see that Carly don't think about this girl. This girl has popped up on Carly quite a few times and walked up on her, and Carly ignored her the first time. You know what I'm saying? But she keeps, even Maxie told her, leave Carly alone. She didn't listen. So who's obsessed with who? Come on now, watch the same show. I mean, I understand this is your fave or whatever. We all got our favorites, but come on now, be real here. Don't sit here. Don't fake the funk now just because it's your fave. Listen, I got favorites on this show too, but I call their asses out too now. Come on. Ava's one of my faves, but people have seen me plenty of times call her out too on her bullshit. This is what I do. Like, come on now. I don't care if you're a favorite of mine, you still gonna get called out when you acting a fool. But yeah, she was just throwing mad shade, and she clearly don't know how to read the room because she could not tell Harmony was getting upset. Harmony was boiling. Talking about, oh, she's not a strong person. She's weak. And Harmony was defending the hell out of Willow. She was like, first of all, Willow is gentle. She's not weak. And she was like, she's just as strong as her mother. And homegirl gonna sit there talking about some, no, she's not as strong as you are. First of all, if you knew, then you would know what mama, I'm trying to figure out what mama Harmony talking about. Because clearly it ain't you. So what mama, who's her mama? That's what I want to know. Who's Willow's mother? Her bio mother. That's the question I need answered. Like, who is her biological mother? I'm really ready for Harmony to drop that bombshell. But yeah, she can't read the room because if she really looked at Harmony, you could tell Harmony was getting upset. And Harmony was like, you know what? I gotta go. I got another appointment I need to get to. I was like, I'm glad Harmony walked away because listen, when you talking to a delusional person, you can't get through delusions. And that's all that chick is, delusional. I don't even know why Scott even took her case for visitation. I really don't know why. I was like, Scott, move on to somebody else. Don't take her case because this is a fool's move. Don't represent her. Because all you doing is feeding into her delusions. That's all it is. And she seems to think that she can have it all. Oh, she can have Wiley. She can have Sonny too. I'm like, okay, whatever your delusional butt think, I guess. You can't tell a delusional nutcase nothing, I suppose. Ain't nothing changed about her. She's still a nutball. Even after all these years, she still, got a screw loose. I can see how she get all wild in the eyes and stuff, and like she's still a nut. You can't tell a psychotic person nothing because they don't want to listen. Um, But yeah, when Harmony, I want to point that out too. When Harmony was walking into behind Alexis or whatever, Harmony had that ominous looking look on her face. I was like, yeah, that chick is psychotic. like she about to kill somebody. So anyway, moving on from that, Nicholas is still being gullible as hell to Esme. Spencer was talking hella shit to Esme. Like Spencer did not care. Like Spencer basically said that Esme was obsessed with Trina and stuff because Esme brings up Trina every 5 minutes. Like Nicholas was talking about, oh well, Ava's at the court hearing or whatever for Trina. And Esme, I'm surprised that you're not there or whatever. I know you want to be there. Spencer is over her at this point. I don't know. Like with Spencer, sometimes you can't tell. Maybe he is playing Esme. I don't know. Because remember, he tried to lay it on thick how he believed that Trina was the culprit because they got evidence or whatever. But he's been treating Esme like trash, especially since they came to Windermere. Like he been treating her like dog doo doo. Um, and Nicholas is basically sitting there talking about some, oh, why are you treating her like this? And Nicholas, why are you sitting here not treating her like this? The girl's evil. She's evil personified. Why are you so damn gullible? Like a little puppy. And I'm glad Spencer brought it up too because homegirl need to take a pregnancy test. I'm just saying, like, I am so tired of Nicholas acting like this girl is pregnant. And Nicholas clearly don't know his wife because he's sitting there talking about, well, when Ava finds out that Esme's pregnant, she'll just deal with it or whatever and she'll be okay with child living here. No, she won't. Nicholas, you do not know your wife if that's what you think. Ava is not going to be happy about them moving back in. After what they did, she don't want them nowhere around her at all. She don't want them around. So Nicholas is just being all types of fool and being gullible as all get out. Like he need to grow some damn brains. Cause what Spencer said about Ava is so true. Listen, to save Trina, Ava would throw Esme to the wolves, and it is so true. That goes to show Nicholas don't know his wife that well. He don't know her at all. So anyway, moving on from that, I don't even know why we're even having a court hearing for Trina because I'm glad she pled not guilty. And the ADA, for some odd reason, is out for blood with this girl. I really don't get why. Um, she's upset because Trina didn't take the deal. So she now wants to fight to get Trina the full max, like at trial when she prosecutes this case. She wants Trina to go to prison for the full maximum sentence. And my whole thing is why? Like, I'm pretty sure the ADA has read Trina's file. Like, she sees that she's an exemplary, however you pronounce it, student. Um, and she's a pillar of the community, basically. So why would you want somebody like that in prison for the maximum sentence? Why are you out for blood like she's a mafioso or something? Like she a killer or something? Like she evil? Like that girl ain't got a blimp on her record, and yet this ADA is out for her. I don't understand that foolishness. Um, and then she tried to get the judge to set a high bail at $250,000. I'm like, that is ridiculous. And I'm so happy that the judge said no. I'm gonna give her bail on her own recognizances. He let her go for free, no bond. And I think that's good because she doesn't have a record. Why keep her there? You know what I'm saying? But like I said, I don't understand why there's a trial to begin with because the victims in this case are not even pressing charges against her. They're not filing any type of charges against her and they're actually supporting her. So when this goes to trial, that ADA gonna be looking stupid because look at the big support system that this girl has. She even has the victims of the case supporting her. So that's gonna go a long way with a jury. So Trina don't even need to sweat this case. Like she really don't. Um I know that, her and Portia were scared or whatever. Portia tried to put on a brave face for her, letting her know everything okay. But Portia's afraid that, there's a small chance she could be convicted. I don't think that's going to happen. Like I said, she has a strong support system behind her. The victims of the case are behind her. She ain't going to prison because once the jury see that the victims themselves are speaking highly of her, why would they find her guilty if the victims are speaking on her behalf? That speaks volumes. That means she's innocent. And there is reasonable doubt in this case. So I'm pretty sure Scott got a slam dunk victory here. I'm pretty sure he does. And I can't wait for Trina to be free of these charges and they get the proof that Esme was behind this foolishness and they lock her demented butt up. It was so funny though when Ava walked into the house and she seen that fool sitting there reading a pregnancy book. Ava is gonna flip her shit on Monday's episode. She is gonna go off. Um. So anyway, here go that little sleazy reporter Smokes walking up trying to get an exclusive with Cameron and Jocelyn. Of course, they ain't try to say nothing to him. They ain't want to talk to him. And you know, Ava came to their defense and was telling him to get lost or whatever. Ava, I wonder who she called. Because Ava said that she called somebody to take care of something for her. I was like, oh, what you up to, Ava? Ava done called in a favor. I said, okay, what you about to do? I love me some Ava. Because listen, Ava may not be in the mafia no more, but trust, Ava can still get down and dirty when she need to, especially for people that she care about. Like, she don't play them games. I also forgot to mention this too when Spencer and Esme were talking. It was so funny because Spencer was asking her why she don't want to take the pregnancy test. He was like, "Are you afraid that you are pregnant, or are you afraid that you're not pregnant?" And she's sitting there talking about, "Oh, she want to be with Spencer with or without the baby." Notice how Spencer did not answer that question. He totally ignored what she said. He totally ignored it. So now she gonna change the subject, talking about, "Oh, if we're together, um, talking about we can still drive a wedge between Nicholas and Ava." I'm like, Spencer, don't fall into that trap with this girl. No, don't do it. Don't do this. Don't backslide and go back into that whole beefing with Ava situation because I'm over it. I am so over him being so angry at Ava. Like, let that go. Like, you still mad at her for not testifying on your behalf? That was years ago. Like, let it go. You got everything back. You know what I mean? So it's like, what are you still with this stupid beef for? It's petty. Um. So anyway, that was pretty much the whole episode. Hit the comments. Let me know what you all thought. And I will see you all later. Have a great day. Have a great night. Have a great weekend. See you all later. Peace.